Yeah. All right, cute.
Beautiful.
Yes, very beautiful.
You gotta speak towards the word. Get close to the word.
I can hear you talking right there.
Yeah, you're
That is
beautiful.
torture, and that dog has heterochromia.
It sounds like last night.
Water! That's Alanis Morissette's favorite animal. You otter now.
Oh, Melissa has tagged me in a post. I have to review it. Oh, I will add to my profile.
All right, we're about to start. 5, 4, 3.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks. Get up.
Just take my phone.
Yeah, but then he has to read that.
All right. Before I even introduce the show, there is so much anxiety in this room right now because of getting everything on board and good to go. But we're finally here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to a brand new episode with the Side of Chaos. It's Patricio, aka
With the side of chaos.
I did it again. Fuck.
Yeah, wow, you really didn't you do that the last time I was in here?
I did.
Hello,
I did.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Orlando Sideshow.
It's gonna be your show in a few weeks. So
I am Joshua. My shit hits harder than a twisted team, and Becca.
This is Patricio, aka Rocky. Welcome. I do love butt stuff, and oh yeah, no, we are the
That's our
audio's good.
individual devices.
Yeah.
Well, so mine is. Oh.
Yeah,
and
so
we're
right-
back, everybody.
Yeah, before we introduce everyone that's here on the show, I want to go ahead and introduce our third
Very
mic.
quick interjection on Supa's camera. Supa is right over Melissa's boob when he moves. his
I know,
hand.
watch
Look at
this.
that.
Watch
Like it's like a label.
I don't know what you're talking about. I planned that shit. I planned that shit like a champ.
But no, we are excited for today's show. This show has been, I think, what, a month, 2 months in the making,
About 2 months.
and confirmation like 3 days in advance, probably.
Very professional.
But no, we are excited because today is our OnlyFans episode. Not only are we doing OnlyFans, we're going to be doing a lot of other adult content, whether it's
Porn.
chatterbait, selling whatever you have online to people who want to buy it. You know, we're going to go all over the place today. And go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
I don't know who the hell I am anymore.
Awesome. I think that happened.
I don't have a cool name like, you know, my shit hits harder than Twisted Tea. Or I actually had to call somebody about that today because I saw all the memes going around about it and I did not know what
What
that
the
was
fuck
like.
is happening with
It was
Twisted
like when
Tea?
the Tiger King shit started. I had no idea what was going on and actually had to call somebody. to
You know,
find out.
I do got to say, now that you bring up the Tiger King, I was going through your profile pics today because I was bringing everything up.
Stalking motherfucker.
And I saw the photo, the Photoshop of you with that tiger. Very, very beautiful, sir.
Somebody did that. I don't even know who did
Was he
that.
the tiger?
No, it was me as Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
I had beautiful blonde locks. Beautiful blonde locks. Somebody did it. I don't know who it was, but it showed up when my biggest fear that weekend was that by the end of the weekend I would understand what the Tiger King memes actually meant.
Yeah. So we did a lot of this last minute with bringing everyone on the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bring them up on the queue, and you let them introduce themselves. All right. So right now we're putting up these two ladies. So go and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Sherry. Hi, I'm Scout. I do OnlyFans. I guess that's what you want to know.
This is like the fucking awkward first day of school.
I know.
I know.
Everyone needs to go, hi. Scout.
Present.
Hi.
What did you do this summer?
It's like an AA. Like, hi, my name is Melissa. I'm an alcoholic.
Has definitely making.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely
I have
have.
no idea
There we go. I
what to
fixed it.
I love it.
And right now, Pink Polaroid. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Casey Casket, but the OnlyFans purposes is Pink Polaroid. My suicide girl name.
Well, the good thing is you didn't give out your real name. She protected.
And then over here, oh my God, they're just popping out right there.
Hello.
And the first comment of the show, hey, you dirty mother effers. I love it.
Oh,
It's the internet. You don't have to censor yourself, Kyle.
So, ladies, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
And he's talking to your kids, Melissa.
I'm Melissa. I felt like dressing like an Eskimo.
I'm moving to Alaska. Whoa.
Oh, I'm gonna adjust.
Okay, we're out of here.
I'm gonna adjust the angle of that camera, and dog can take over.
I thought we were
I
leaving
hate that.
after that.
I hate
one.
that. I hate that term so much.
What,
So
Daddy?
much.
Watch her.
And this was long before I ever had a kid. Yes, that's right. I have procreated.
Oh, Christ. Well,
Right?
there's a fight. There's an argument for abortion. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's 15
What?
years too late. If you want to commit murder, that's on you, I guess.
I was just making a joke. Fuck. When the fuck did I walk into Sensitiveville over here? Get
Welcome
that
to Orlando Sideshow OnlyFans edition, where we're talking about child murder. Yeah.
All
Hey, you
right.
want to saddle this shit back up?
Yeah, I'm coming back in right now. So there we go.
It's
Okay.
getting way out of control, man.
No, so on tonight's episode, we're going to talk about some sexy stuff, some fun stuff, some crazy stuff. But
High five to that.
You're
Way
welcome.
to just bring that right back
Yeah.
in. Go ahead.
tonight's episode, I want it to be educational, informative, but also entertaining. I mean, this table is filled with such beauty and such talent
Well,
that.
thank you. I appreciate it for you having me.
So are you.
Oh, he wasn't.
It's just you.
He wasn't talking about me.
We're here to support. No, he totally was.
And I'm going to need you to get closer to the mic so we can hear you.
You're dating it, remember?
You're making money off of this mic. There you go.
But I'm lazy.
Then you
Count. Can you hear me now?
There is nothing paternal about what I do behind closed doors.
I'm trying to figure out, like, what happened with that camera, because that's why. Yeah, that is my bad. I am so sorry. Super take over for a second.
Super take.
Wow, what the fuck? That's it. Like, I'll see y'all
All right,
later.
fuck it, I'm
I
out of
guess.
here. I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
Just gonna shotgun a couple claws and go home.
No.
It's a great night.
I want to ask because I will do this to help out because Melissa has done one of my shows with me. It was a one-on-one with her and I about OnlyFans. Have you guys ever done any other shows talking about your interactions with OnlyFans, what you do on it, and all that other fun shit?
No, but I'm really open about it. Like I don't hide it in my personal life at all.
Does your family know about
my
it?
family
Like,
actually doesn't.
my dad's a subscriber. That's a whole.
My stepdad is a subscriber. My ex-stepdad is a subscriber. Yeah. Really.
That is a whole nother episode. Wait a minute. That's a whole nother
Yeah.
episode, but not of this, but of Jerry Springer.
Well, we already decided we're gonna have to do a part 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%,
Don't
100%.
get me wrong. After you subscribe, you made sure it's in the link to my grandpa, my brother.
Yeah. Wow.
All of them.
Are you from West Virginia, by any chance? Close enough.
Yeah. Yep. There we go. It's all coming together.
My family does know about it. They absolutely do. I live with my mom, my sister, her boyfriend, and my stepdad. They all know what it is. My uncle follows me on Instagram.
Is that your only job? That's your only income?
No,
Is the
absolutely
so you have
not.
another job?
Yes, I don't believe in one form of income, especially in this climate right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
I have multiple jobs. I do
Okay.
multiple things,
So, Scout, what's your big girl job, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a receptionist.
I'm a preschool teacher.
I'm a receptionist. That's as far as I'm willing to go.
That's fair and
What I
valid.
do. But I am looking to go back to school to become a veterinarian. That's what I'm working towards right now.
Oh, that's
My mom
awesome.
My mom is sick, so right now it's kind of on the back burner. But once that gets taken care of, I'm going back to school.
Okay.
Like, I'm like,
So, my question for you, which we're probably going to be going through everyone tonight, like, what was it that got you started on putting content out there like that?
So I'd always kind of had like friends who did it and like people who were close to me. And honestly, honest to God, once the pandemic hit, I was like, this is kind of like my sign. Like I'm comfortable doing this. I've wanted to do this, and it's kind of like I needed that extra push
Okay.
to start doing it. And I love doing it. I really do. I love being a dominatrix, like and whatever it is that I do. So.
You got my attention.
I knew that as soon as she said it. I looked
calling
right.
her daddy.
No, I know Melissa kind of well. As soon as I heard the word dominatrix,
So-
I looked right at her.
So, Melissa, your tits are out.
Yeah, they are.
Your tits are good.
First show I did with Super, it was red bikini with white polka dots, but a little bit cold. So
Get closer to that mic.
a little bit cold, so it's a little like festive Christmas bra, you know, I feel like
She's not wrong.
So, what about you, Melissa? Like, when did you start putting content out there, or like, what got you to start doing it?
I was
Into the mic.
all the bars closed down.
Into the mic.
And all that. And I was used to like a certain amount of income from there because like I did work in like the stuff and everything.
Perfect. How's this one?
And I got used to like the kind of like bar scene income. So one of my best friends, who's probably one of the top ones still on OnlyFans, he has similar looks. So she's like, hey, I'm making this. Why don't you do it too? So I immediately was on board with it. So.
I got a private message saying they want closer of your boobs.
Oh,
So we're gonna put it over.
Listen,
Oh, they got us.
Stevie Wonder just called in. Stevie Wonder just called in.
And he still wants to see.
And he said that her boobs look fine. Leave him alone.
Fine, we were drinking. They just lift them up and position them real quick.
Yeah,
There
this
we
is
go.
your
A big
one-
mood, a big mood.
This is your one freebie for our listeners. Like,
Yeah, for real.
like you go ahead and pay attention to those links and you subscribe.
Exactly.
And then right there next to Melissa, a good friend of mine that I've come to know over the past few weeks. Do we say your real name or?
No.
Oh my God! How many daddies do we actually have in this room right now? So, Daddy, what got you into?
Yeah.
To hear you actually say it just threw everything.
I know. So, Daddy, what got you putting content out there?
So I'm actually
Ooh.
so it kind of was just a natural extension. I've actually only been on for
And I've made $16 million.
but no, I am like as of this morning, it's just not like 3.5%.
Ah.
We don't need your damn soundboard, Supa.
Like much, but I've been kind of hopeful because on it, and I describe myself as like a physical visual artist, so it kind of lends itself that I just look at it on content and so when people start making money off of it, it's supposed to happen.
They don't.
They don't.
So, what got you to go into burlesque? So, like, that was your first avenue, right?
Yeah. I'm just a naturally very like sexual person. Like, I love to express my sexuality, and so Orlando is a very wonderful, inclusive area, kind of one of the classic, like beautiful like, underground. And so I entered a amateur show at the next.
Oh.
And I didn't place or win anything, but I was actually scouted by two companies for 2029. And then a couple months later, I actually won a different entry show, became a regular, and then obviously performing in days. Actually, I've been very blessed about how it's been live. So it's just very wonderful lesson to me. If anyone's ever considered doing the last one, go for it. It's so liberating for you. But I think also it was
Amazing TED Talk. I love it.
I could never. I could never do burlesque myself, but I'll totally be a stage kid and I'll run around and gather like clothes and shit.
The last thing I would
Oh
ever
no, I'll
want to
still
see.
put on an outfit.
The last thing I would ever want to see is you doing burlesque.
You say that now. You know what? Fuck you, Supa. Like that's it. Somebody teach me. Let's do this.
Somebody put this guy in a corset. Let's just see what happens.
I'm gonna work on my WAP dance. It's happening.
That's great.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I've seen him as well. I just don't have the confidence in my abilities as a dancer and performer to do something like that.
Oh.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
So
It
people.
is a lot easier to just be like, "Here's my dick," than to actually like dance around. Okay.
So Polaroid, tell us your story, how you got into this field.
Okay, so I've been doing nude modeling, and I don't know if I want to get into actually the names more, but there's an art event that I do every year. I've been doing it since 2013. It's all nude and street front. And then I actually one day was going through my sock drawer and wanted to get rid of. So my socks are my favorite, but they have holes in them. And thought, I wonder if anybody would buy them. So I looked online and people do. So I started doing that.
So hold on. Yeah.
I love all of
I'm
this.
giving Super this question. Go for it.
So you ended up in OnlyFans because you started out selling your old socks.
That's the avenue that it's doing.
Talk about a wrong turn down the right street. I'm telling you right now.
Oh
I love it.
shit.
I love it.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
All right. Apparently, I already have a domain name.
Table now and selling my socks. Stuff on our OnlyFans.
So to clarify, you sell your used socks online, and there's a demand for it.
Yeah, there is. And a lot of it's the same. So when I started doing it, I got
All
paid
from
like
Japan.
$7 a pair or something. And then having the same people, as soon as I would post for it and it would refresh the page, somebody would buy it. So I sell them for like
For socks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you a whole drawer full of my shit, and you couldn't get $1.50 for the whole drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me ask Polaroid. Let me ask you this. So with the requests that you get for your socks, like, are there requests that they want you to do certain actions?
So I write a personal note with instructions of the socks or things that are personal for them, and it makes them want to buy more of them. So I've gotten photos before of people sending me wearing the socks, which I don't really want to see, but I know it's people them anyway.
They're jerking their jizz socks.
It's a
now.
cock sock.
For like signed photos of my feet, and I got yelled at one time because I took part of my ankle and they wanted to touch the foot.
That is
God, how
obscene.
dare you? I didn't want to see any part of
Why
that.
would-
Zero part.
I mean,
You know, just give her a round of applause.
she showed her ankle. By Sharia law, we have to like send her.
We have
the
to stone
Middle
her.
East now.
We have to stone her
Yeah,
for
she
that
has to
one.
be extradited.
So
Yeah. This is it. Welcome.
so Jerry, the same question goes on to you. Like, how did you get started in this field?
Well, my daddy called my cousin.
Oh, fuck you. Alright, so I love it.
Listen, I'm from West Virginia. It's all right. It's totally fine.
West Virginia.
West Virginia. Ever been to Arkansas?
Hell no.
It's not as backwooded as you think. So I lost half my hours of work. It was a very tragic day.
This is because of COVID, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They huddled us all together and they're like, we're going to 24-hour work week and we're all going to be working from home. And I just broke down. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And, of course, their concern wasn't, maintaining our bills. Their concern was to hold a job. So my friend was like, hey, I'm doing OnlyFans. You already do new modeling. So I was already doing new modeling for people's portfolios. And so I started.
So like, what style of new modeling were you doing for people's portfolios?
More like boudoir.
Okay.
So a little risque, but a little more.
A little je ne sais quoi.
So like pinup has always been like my style. So I was doing like the pinup boudoir, and I was like, why not make money doing it? And then I started doing a little more. It just kind of like went more into a personal thing, and then I actually started enjoying it because it's actually uplifting in a sense. The compliments you get is
out of this world. It's kind of downside, but nonetheless, I've enjoyed doing it, and that's how I got started. But it was, I saw what everyone else was posting. I'm like, they can make money doing this. Why can't I make money?
Yeah.
It was like I can make easy money, and that first month that you make all that money, it's just like I make more money than I'm making working my job, you know. And so I maintained my regular job and continued on.
And now I'm gonna throw in.
Wait, what?
As I do something.
No, I was like, did we skip Scout or am I
No, we're
already
not-
drinking too
No,
much?
we already
Oh,
already talked about
perfect.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I got into
But
it.
like,
I
I
just
think
got
it's-
into it.
you guys just pass the mic back.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
I just got into it because
It doesn't go in there anymore.
But I love doing it, honestly. Like, I love whatever role that I'm requested to play. I think it's probably the best thing is just like being filling multiple shoes at once. Like someone wants you to be that dom where they're like, oh man, piece of shit, and like then my dick is small and then I'm worthless. And then like there are people who are like, I want you to be.
We
that
also
person.
both know a very successful local dom, but
Yes, we do.
we'll have to try to get her for part 2. She would be a fucking trip.
She's a trip.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's absolutely great.
So let me dive in a little bit on that one. Like there are certain people out there that want to get belittled by.
Yes, I have a lot of small penis humiliation requests.
Okay.
So, and a lot of it isn't the greatest part about it is sometimes it's not even you. Sometimes they just want me in front of the camera telling them how small, pathetic, and useless and their dick is.
So
You're talking about me,
So
I'm
shits and
mad.
giggles.
Yeah.
Shit.
No,
shit.
what's really great is Supa's camera did pick him up pointing at himself.
So that's the same with the sock thing. So
Yeah.
I sell more socks if I say in my listings that you're a disgusting piece of shit, you're not worth my time, you're lucky that you can smell my dirty socks, or close to my
Exactly.
feet, and then I get the messages back from the feedback like, oh, thank you, Miss It, you're the best
Yeah.
ever, like you're amazing, and I'm like, no, you're pathetic, and they're just like, thank you. And
So
then-
you said-
really just been nothing, but you
Yeah.
don't do anything to tell them how piece of shit they are and how useless and worthless.
You
they
said
are.
that you have repeat customers for that, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was so hard to get used to at first because I was
But
putting
you
up
still know.
You know what
Shit, make your money.
You know what I'm taking from this is that these guys are paying them. All they have to do is live one day of my life and talk to every woman I talk to, and they'll be called a piece of shit.
Fair.
And
So-
how worthless I
No,
am.
I was just thinking of other ways to get more money out of them, to where you're like, I will give you a $10 discount, but you have to take a picture of you putting them in your mouth.
Well, no, that's
Yeah.
why. So on the things, if they want a photo of my foot, or
Mhm.
if they want a signed thing, or a note, or whatever, it's extra.
Okay, nice.
So it comes out, like, say the socks are $30, and then
Yeah.
they buy a photo for $50.
Yeah.
And then the note for whatever comes out. And they're fine with it, because they get it, and they're happy.
So we do something on the show called Random Conversation. All right.
I don't get to talk about how I got an OnlyFans, you fucking sexist.
we're gonna
You
get
fucking asshole.
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But
Sit over here.
Melissa and Scout, I want you two to have a random conversation. Go
So I recently had
into the mic.
these people that do like the spin dom, the money thing. I
Yeah.
feel like it's nearly the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I had this guy 2 days ago from it. Hello goddess, like other stuff.
Right.
Like I want you to like send it to my wallet.
Mhm.
And because you can put an Amazon wish list,
Right.
and they will buy. I had someone 2 days ago buy the entire list,
All of it.
and he's like, go get more expensive things. I want you to like join my account. And they like what he calls like he wants you to call me
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah, they're fighting. They're
How in the
slaves
hell
and
is-
they're pigs? They're slaves and they're pigs, and they absolutely need to pay.
And I haven't
Every
even sent
cent.
him
They're not
any
worth
like
it.
personalized DM, and he's like, I want you to like sell me.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
It's
I
a
love.
lot of
I
fun.
you know what I really like about it though is that they also really enjoy it. So
They
it's like
also really respect you.
Exactly.
They're like, I want you to be comfortable, like whatever you want.
exactly. You'll find. I feel like you find like a lot of people who are like asking requests from you are pretty respectful generally. And if you've mentioned something within your limits, they'll cut it out of you. There's definitely I definitely find a lot more respect within like the kink and sexual community than I do with the general. Yeah.
Beautiful random, but I want to switch it up real quick. Polaroid, I want you to belittle Supa.
She walked.
I got it.
Yeah, Dick, you're paying for it, not me.
I love it.
What the hell is this?
Go ahead, Polaroid, belittle Supa right now.
So your beanie can outside or inside my body.
Well, that was it. That's all we needed.
That's all we needed. That's all we needed right there.
You know,
I want to put that beanie in my crotch and then have you put it on your face for the next week. You can't take it off.
You know, it was good all up until that because you're gross. Fuck you too, Pinky. It was so good right up until the because you're gross. Peace and love, easy Ringo.
So Mendonca,
Wow, I'm gonna go cry.
how did you get into it?
Well, apparently you don't fucking care, so it's just. I'm also professionally dramatic. If you want to pay me for my services, I will sit in your living room, get drunk, and just complain. I'm really good at it.
I think you need to put that catchphrase up as the like. I don't know how that works like on your pages, but you need to put that. I'm Mendonca. Here's my dick.
Yeah. You know what? I could probably. I'm gonna change my OnlyFans right now. Yeah, that's gonna be my profile update. Honestly, it was just one of those. It's one of those. Personally, I don't care if people see me naked, and if I can make some money off of it, cool. But for a while, everybody has personal body issues, like just people don't like themselves sometimes. So I kept pushing it back. It's whatever. But at the same time, I'm still sending out nudes to like all my friends just for shits and giggles. We had this Snapchat group called the Nudes Letter.
Okay.
That there was just a handful of us that are like, hey, check it out. Like, I'm naked right now. And we sent it to everybody. And I think having that kind of like secret support group really helped with going to the public stage.
Mm-hmm.
And again, pushing it back. But Scout and I did some content just for ourselves, just I already got permission for this in case they were doing the eyeball. just for personal enjoyment and what have you. And the discussion came up to where maybe it could be sold through her page. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. So she did it, and it sold. And I believe I was at
you're at my birthday.
Your Christmas party. I pull out my phone. I was like, I just made money on OnlyFans. What the fuck? But currently, it's a bit different for straight men. But I guess I'm what's known as spicy straight.
Melissa, give us a little bit of detail. What's spicy straight?
Like I don't care who sees my content. I'm very comfortable with my own sexuality, so I don't care if other people are getting off to my sexuality. Sometimes they call it gay for pay, and I'm just like,
$20 is $20.
Yeah. Like I didn't even know it was a thing that some content creators, when they're told that their audience is mostly homosexual individuals, they're just like, no, I don't like it. Who the fuck cares? Like, yeah, right? It's like you're so fucking deep in the closet, you're finding Christmas presents from 4 years ago. Like, if that really offends you, like, calm down. It's fine. But I've only been doing it for about a month and change. Most of my subscribers are friends and other content creators. I sent them free links, and I'm like, hey, go ahead and just like my stuff. Like, that's the trade-off. Just go ahead and like all my posts, bump me up in the algorithm. And I think it's probably going to take another few weeks before I start doing all of the social media promotion. I don't do it through any of my personal accounts, but I've heard, you got to get on Reddit. You got to get on like Twitter. You got to get on Instagram. Even like kink websites. You can go ahead and promote yourself on there. So yeah, I'm very new to the game.
So, Randy, with you also being new to the game, like, what have been some of the struggles that you faced with promoting your content?
Yeah, literally right before the fight happened, I was able to comment and I was having issues posting epics for yesterday,
wash body suits and safety, but nothing sells, and this is down 4 different times. And so it's hard to distinguish something to which hashtag you use, not after the event and have it in history, but you can but otherwise they will fully release your profile. So it's just kind of a attack on sector because they can't make money on it.
100% it's an attack on sex workers.
And so I am lucky having a little bit of a following with my burlesque page.
Yeah, there you go. Big middle finger to all social media. Right there is your link.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate to have that little bump in the weekend from my Instagram, but I have no idea how Twitter works. I don't have a Reddit, so it's interesting trying to begin those trends when I'm starting from zero. So I totally understand the content creators that me on their Instagram. We're all learning.
But see, that's another thing though that I have noticed watching from the outside in, because I do know so many people are on this. It's almost like, and you guys tell me if you guys feel like I'm out of left field, but it's almost like it's a pyramid scheme somewhat, because if you find somebody who's damn good at it, and Melissa and I are very good friends with the person she was talking about earlier, she does ridiculous numbers on it. She started out like starting to tell people, hey, if you're new to this, if you're getting into this, hit me up, I'll help you out. And it just seemed like it's Amway all of a sudden. It's Amway.
It definitely seems like a pyramid scheme. However, like, I feel like every single woman, like, I don't know who they are. But the second we came in and like met each other, it was like an instant bond because we're all here for the same thing. So I don't think it's a scheme as much as it is. Like,
I'm not saying it like that, but it's one of those things, because I don't know this either. If somebody that's already wrapped up tight into the OnlyFans deal, and they say, okay, well, I'm going to take your profile and I'm going to post and tell people to go check you out. It's a thing where that person that recommended you out, they get some kind of a kickback to it too.
So there's a difference because there's a difference between a referral link, which I didn't actually refer under that. I just created one on my own. But because of her just posting a photo on the feed for us to live has brought in like pretty much all my followers come from her because she has literally like 1,000 followers.
Yeah, you can like tag your buddy.
Yeah.
Not sometimes if you tag your buddy on video, it ain't. Never mind. That's a whole other story.
There are those who, especially a lot of comments I get are from comments that try to exploit you. If you pay me this money, I will post.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And that's see, but that's where I'm coming from. That's where I'm saying that it seems like that pyramid scheme. Like, I have this company and I'm going to get everybody in here and I've got all you guys. Now, all of you guys get 5 people under each of you, and those people get 5 people under each of them. And no matter how it rolls, it keeps coming back downhill to me somehow.
So multi-level man.
It's a multi-level titty management.
Yeah.
When I did it, I didn't know anybody that had it at the time. And I made one, I didn't know anything about prices, so I charged $35. And I had people subscribe to it. I didn't promote it on Instagram or whatever.
Did you get a free pair of socks for that $35? Just out of curiosity.
And I only posted.
That's a pretty good one.
For me is I do a lot of content creating meetings. So I get together with a bunch of different girls, and we all uplift each other. We have the photographers and we do videos, and like I think the best way of promoting each other is really finding other content creators.
I totally want to go to that party.
In any way, and they are like hell yeah, girl, do your thing, and those type of weekends I've had so many where I just get together. I've had 8 girls in one bed all together, or it's just one-on-one.
Hold on, can we dim the lights while she tells the rest of the story?
We find a bunch of different content creators, like, hey, we have this Airbnb, we're doing this, we're comfortable doing this, you want your partner to come and they're comfortable doing this with you and supporting you. You guys all come, let's all get together and like support each other.
I want to go to this party.
Because I know that you're more new, so like, with us, you found a group from here.
And we're all, and I know that we're all like.
It's an OnlyFans support
we're
group
all
is what this
totally
has turned
supporting
into.
You and you upcoming with it. And,
Chair, bring the mic a little closer to you.
and having
Perfect.
that support group with
So
That's really nice that there's a united front in this, because there's so many negative stigmas about
Exactly.
sex work, and a lot of it are people who are just in denial about their own sexuality, but they have a voice and they get out there and they just ruin everybody's good time. It's really great to hear that there's such a support network. Also, it's efficient. You're saving money while making money.
Yeah. It just, I think a lot of it is like the taboo whole sex thing. Like, I know over in Europe they're probably a little bit more open with the way that they talk about sex and sex education. Like, here it's still kind of something taboo and dark.
Well, parts of Europe.
Talk about it.
But let me ask you this: do you feel that, because I brought the subject up in on other shows, do you feel like we've got that stranglehold has gotten less tighter or more tighter over the past
I feel like
decade?
It's probably gotten less, but at the same time, it's gotten less, but the majority of people that are like against it are getting more vicious.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
it does.
Like,
and the thing with Instagram, you know, it's kind of everything.
exactly. So basically, sex workers were being suffocated, we're being down. Like it sounds dramatic, but in reality, like this is how we make our money, and we do this as a job. You know what I mean? Like we're not like when we go and we post and we do these things. This is a job for us. This isn't like, oh, I'm just broke and I'm dumb and I don't know what I'm doing. Like that's not the case. Like we're highly intelligent women. We know exactly what it is that we're doing.
So a couple of
I think this upsets me so much.
She's totally about to go. She's getting ready to explode in a second.
I really am, because it bugs me so much because people have this misconception of sex workers as being dumb blonde bimbos who can't do anything else in life. So they've chosen sex work.
well
instead.
no, because I a few weeks ago, actually no, it was about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I had a friend of mine who I'm really considering just taking off because the guy's a fucking idiot. He made a post about a woman up in New York that had made
I
a
thought
couple
you were talking about me, my bad.
asshole a couple of grand just by playing with her feet online.
Right.
And I think it actually made it on the Wall Street Journal because
She's not forcing anybody to pay for that content.
no, exactly. And I just want to give everyone the scenario because I want to get everyone's intake, everyone's opinion on this, because he posts on there. He's like, I don't know how this woman makes blank amount of money, and my wife has to work 40 plus hours a week to be able to do this, and this. And I was just lost at that point because of the way he put it out there was just like belittling anyone who's making content and putting it out online. So if a guy says right now, oh, my wife works a decent, hardworking job, 50 plus hours a week, and you're just, being a whore. I'm just saying that hypothetically. Like, what would be your actual response to someone like that? So who wants to take that first one?
I was like,
We're all like,
yeah, we're all. I can literally feel.
I
the
work
anxiety
40 plus hours a week. I work 40 plus hours a week. Not only that, I still tend to my customers. I still tend to all of the people that support me on my OnlyFans. So I don't. I'm still a hardworking woman. I'm going to be going to school next year full time. I'm working a full-time job, and I'm still going to be doing this. So it doesn't make me different from that person. It just makes me more open-minded to the thought that women have been doing sex work from the beginning of time. It's one of our first jobs. Brothels were one of our first jobs. Like I just, and then that's what we need to be more educated on.
Polaroid, your thought.
It's the same with me. So before COVID, I had 40 hours job and was working hard, and it was something that I enjoyed doing for fun. Things with it, and stuff, and it was like, I can make money doing this as well. And enjoy what I'm doing. And it doesn't increase the work for somebody else that enjoys putting someone work harder, more of us work harder because it's not like it was on top of it. Instead of taking back to the year and there's stuff that you have to do outside of that.
Why are you gonna make it personal? I love beer and video games.
Listen, every single person here, I'm sure, loves beer and video games. So we've all got 2 jobs at this point.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's also not. And this is not don't take this at the wrong way at all. But the fact of the matter is it's supplemental income if you have your 40-hour-a-week job. That's fine. But maybe so when I get done working, I go sit on the couch and watch TV. If my chunky ass can make money posting pictures of my socks and my feet, I'd be doing that shit too.
You can.
You can.
That's the greatest
Yeah,
part of it.
there's a-
If you
yeah.
put in the work and the effort, 100%.
I could put the only way my socks and my feet are making money if I put them in Melissa's cleavage and
No,
post pictures.
That's
You'd be
that's
a
you'd be
bear.
surprised.
But
I was gonna say,
But
like,
she
cut
let me
her,
do
cut
it.
her in for a percentage.
She'd let me do it. That's the cool part.
Yeah, cut her in for a percentage. Go for it.
She'd be like, take your ass. She'd be like, take your ass and get a pedicure first, you fat fuck.
There's a different market for everybody, and
That's
it would be
the
a
good thing
bear.
about
Well-
You are one of the sought after.
I'm a what?
A bear.
You're a bear, yeah.
I'm not touching that one. I am not touching that one.
You're like a highly sought after, like big cuddly man. You're like a big cuddly man. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I think it just moved a minute. Tell me this again. I'm a.
You're a bear. You're a big cuddly man. You're like hairy and you're raw.
Raw.
And rugged.
I'm rugged. Look at me, rugged.
Remember when we were rating you earlier?
Not any part of that he goes with.
No, it absolutely did not. Because trust me, I made a joke one time. I actually was talking about a story on the radio about OnlyFans because there was an uproar about it because for a lot of women, yeah, it was a way to make money when they couldn't, like Melissa said, bartender, like the entertainers at the clubs, they couldn't. The clubs were closed, so they were making their money that way. They have bills and shit to pay too, so that was a way for them to make money. And some of them did extremely, probably better than they would have done if they were in a club. Because
Yeah.
Working at the club at some point.
I have a
You are
friend.
so cute too.
But-
It's like,
But I made the joke. I made the joke on the radio that I said that I was going to start my own OnlyFans only because people would pay me money to keep my clothes on and actually put more over top.
perfect. Why didn't you do it?
Because I've got other shit to do right now.
He's got his normal hustle.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name on Pornhub that talks people motivation? Ryan Singer?
Oh, ooh.
What a great.
Ryan, yeah.
I've never.
Tucking you into your bed at night, or hyping you up to your masturbation.
Yep.
Or cleaning the casting couch. It's like normal videos.
Hyping you up to your masturbation. I
He's
need
like,
to
you-
listen to this.
Yeah.
I immediately
Yeah, no-
need to be hyped up for the
It's all
masturbation.
these things.
So,
I
so
didn't even know that was a thing, but it's funny because on my OnlyFans account, I do have one audio thing where it's like, hey, I got a good mic at my place, so if you need like dirty talk, positive affirmations, what have you, like I'm here for you. But hyping up to masturbation.
I've never needed any hyping. I've never needed any. The only hyping I've ever needed was a longer cord to plug my iPad in. To watch.
The ASMR aspect of it too. I've actually been thinking about diving into like ASMR, being like lingerie or nude or something because
Like popping
Ooh.
straps.
Ooh.
They sell.
Yeah.
Reset. Cherry and Daddy, random conversation, go.
well, what is the weirdest request you've gotten so far as far as outfit wise? Well, outfit. I'm very good at this. But I recently got my first request for clothing. Okay. Oh, I had an Urban Dictionary.
first what?
JOI, jerk off instruction.
Jerk off instruction.
Ah.
I've heard of that.
Aha, aha.
But it's usually just like take your dumb dick, your dumb lip, side dick in your hand.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet because that wasn't something I really promoted on my feed. But I'm always like,
Oh, so let me help you.
Yeah.
But I will help.
let me know what
Yeah.
you need. And that's the thing too. I love it. Well, I'm not thinking, but I was like, and
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
this wonderful vinyl dress that.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what do you want me to wear?
God, come on. They don't call me daddy for nothing.
I wish that's what they asked for. I got, wait a second. So I got bell bottom.
Cherry, grab the mic. There you go.
There you go.
I
Get
got bell
in
bottom,
there.
A bikini top. My upper half is pin up. Get in the shower, shower all those clothes on. Wow.
Shower with your clothes on?
I was like, first of all, I didn't own Belvada. Second of all, you want me to make myself beautiful in the shower? In the shower with my fucking jeans on? I was like,
And they're like, yes, and I'll pay a good fucking sum for it.
you know, that's the whole thing. I always get this question, how much? And I'm like, how much is this worth to me? I know. People ask them, like, and then that's just I mean, I've never. I didn't even agree with it. Like, oh, so.
Well, then you know you do. You tell him he's 50, he's 50, you know that was. I'm gonna need my how dare you insult me with this $50?
What is your budget? Send me your tax paperwork.
No. I'm gonna need 50 more as an apology and then another 20 for the video. Consider me.
I got $100 and I didn't even make the video.
Okay. Yep.
Love it. Well, they did go to me, so that's what's great about it. I got it instantly. Yeah, I was like, here's my Venmo. And that's like what's so interesting about this. It's like, again, I was one of those too that was like, putting it off, like, and I know I had some people that wanted to subscribe, and so if I may be visible at the next point, and it's interesting because everyone actually has been very receptive because again, it's so taboo in our community that those people who find the community, they're so thankful. And so they've been really great. On the other hand, the people that I know personally, someone that I found out I was doing it's like, oh, anything that I subscribe, wow.
Yeah,
And
give me
then,
your money.
And then they subscribe and then they're like, and I said, are you really
That
asking
is
me
my
if I
least
worth it?
favorite fucking question. I get that in my DM.
That is such small dick energy.
Yes, you should just stick in Sorry, I'm also a dom.
It's not that. It's not that. It was that I think threw in there small dick energy.
Yeah,
So
that's definitely small dick energy.
I'm sorry that I have to segue like this. Aaron, welcome to the show. I'm sorry that I segued.
Speaking of small dick energy,
And that's why he's salty.
I didn't mean it like that. I promise, Aaron. I didn't mean it. It was just that's where we just came from.
Yeah.
You said I was a straight face
My
with the
Onlyfans is
eyebrows.
Wiggles and Jiggles.
I don't know why you're coming out like that. It sounds horrible right now.
I already know.
Take his face out. His face.
You should
Is this him?
see how much pain
Yeah.
Is this him?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm assuming this isn't like all that rare with people trying to get something for free or even judging you over it. Has it happened to everybody here who has an account? Like, have you had those interactions where it's
Aaron, let me
somebody-
hear you real quick.
it's somebody that you may have spoken to that you thought, hey, they would be supportive of me, and then you do it, and
He's
they're
switching.
like,
He's switching
oh,
out.
you shouldn't be doing that.
Well, I haven't had much of people who like rejected it because I know who to promote to. But I did have someone be like, oh, you doesn't understand because they weren't going to get that content.
Oh, no. My personal nude receivers are locked in.
My thing is, I'll have people.
Check your mic real quick. See if it's actually on. Keep talking.
Check. 1, 2, check, 1, 2.
I do not know.
Oh, and
Yeah, I need you to keep talking just like that, okay? Yeah.
That's gonna cost you
Oh.
$3.99 a minute, buddy.
You have no idea the tab you're running up right now.
I know.
You just lost your car payment, your rent, and everything.
People who have free subscribe pages, like if you're not subscribed to women with free OnlyFans pages, you're missing the fuck out. You're missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. So women who do like free stuff, I started out at 10 and I got a lot of people interested. I moved down to 5, got more people interested, and
But the free pages doesn't have the same thing as the $10 page.
Well,
Correct,
the free pages are generally like lewds And
Yeah,
if you,
but wait.
everything else is behind a paywall.
We got a comment. We got a comment that came in through the chat right here. So I respect the hustle. If you can get someone to pay for your socks, good for you. But do you feel you could ever get into a true relationship with someone like that? I'm curious about what you think.
That's a good question.
So, wait. And like, what do you mean by like?
Well, no, just outside of your hustle. Do you think that you could easily meet somebody who cares about what you do and they're just like, yeah, I'm into that. Like, we can get in a relationship.
For sure. Absolutely.
There you go.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Daddy, what about you?
Well, I think he's kind of the one who's like,
He's still on parole.
like,
Hey.
Yes.
But,
As long as they call you daddy.
but yeah, he definitely was like, I presented it to him as obvious that, you know, this is something I'm interested in, and started with something like,
Nice.
I can literally hear his voice when you said groovy baby.
That's fucking awesome.
and so that kind of also helps that I was like, I had found somebody that was like, I go to and be like, hey, this is the stuff that I did, like, this is your favorite, and then like, this kind of like, great, like, to have that partnership.
To have that person who can kind of like objectively see it and be like, you really want to be
But people who aren't confident in their sexuality or themselves, those are the ones who are.
And I think that's part of the thought process going into it, because I certainly thought about that. I'm like, you know, if I ever use a dating profile, I'm pretty much going to lead with like, I've sold nudes on the internet.
Yeah.
Because for a lot of people, that's like a deal breaker, like 100%.
You think so?
Yes, 100%.
Let me,
Like there is footage of me on the internet, nude or nude with other people, and if you can't handle that, then it is what it is. Like we're not going to get along. You have to be sex positive. It's like expecting somebody that you've met that you're interested in sexually to never ever mention anybody they've ever been sexually active with.
I would just
Like,
be
what are
happy
we
if
all running around looking for virgins? Like, fuck that shit.
I would be happy if I was actually dating somebody hot enough to have an OnlyFans
Well,
page.
the thing is, Google exists. So it's
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
the first thing anybody
Yeah,
does.
you're exactly
My
right.
manager at work was like, oh, I just have a bunch of music pictures of you on accident.
Like, you're fucking welcome. Here's my Venmo.
Well, honestly, what I'm curious about is where everybody stands in their relationship. Now that you brought that up, like, what is your relationship with your significant other? It's like, I identify as like a, but like I'm polyamorous and bisexual. So,
like, I am bisexual. I don't have any contact with him, but he is very, very pro. Like, I have a lot of fun with girls.
So is any other guy
Yeah,
ever.
so I was like,
Great.
but that's my market because I don't want to expose in a way like my own personal relationship, but I'll have anything else like involved inside of it.
so as you, but I'm talking about you outside of OnlyFans. How do you identify as? Are you monogamous straight, or are you bisexual poly, or like what is it that you
Let's say
identify?
anonymous bisexual.
Okay, so you only date one person at a time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah, so I'm like monogamous.
Straight. So you're not interested in women at all. Okay. For content, yes, but like I think that he's talking about what happens outside of OnlyFans. Because, like for you, for instance, you film content with women, but you are a straight or bisexual monogamous like person. So you only do that one person at a time. So I think that's interesting. And you are monogamous straight.
At the conversation has come up of like the sort of like how do you set the profile?
Right.
That like maybe one thing like the others to do, and that is just kind of anonymous thing. But yes, definitely right now my profile is
It's almost like they have to develop a second Kinsey scale, because you have the Kinsey scale for personal sexuality, but now you have a Kinsey scale for, well, this is content I create online as a sex worker.
Right.
So now that we've gone through all the cables and all the microphones, let me hear you, Aaron. Yeah.
Literally.
Aaron!
Houston, we have a
It's a
problem.
very important conversation.
I know. I want to be in. I
Okay,
invited
so
myself.
how
I
do
know.
you identify as? Are you bisexual, monogamous?
I fuck what moves.
Great.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
Anything with
Anything and everything.
Yeah.
Except for that goddamn family check from Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Was that
He
aimed towards
discovered the
me?
black glass. He can kill White Walkers.
Wait a minute.
I don't know anything about Game
The
of
story arc was garbage.
No,
I
it's
I don't even know anything about Game of Thrones. I know it. Was that a dig at me?
Yeah, it was a dig at
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
So, Aaron, I know. Well, guys, this is Aaron. He is the co-host of With a Side of Chaos. Welcome, brother.
Hi, Aaron.
Huh? Why am I so late? I was coming from SeaWorld. There's nothing better than coming from SeaWorld.
He was doing his OnlyFans shoot at his house.
I had KY, butt stuffing.
He had a desk lamp.
You covered it's a really bad idea. My mom was
So,
Oh, the butt stuff in the ER. Geez.
You know what? That's a fetish for you. I'm down with it.
He had a desk lamp all the way down to the 110 plus.
I asked my
Buried in
mom
his ass.
what a theme should be for the podcast, for my podcast, and she said, well, people get stuck in a rectum. And then I started naming stuff off, and I was like,
Now there's a party.
Mom, I'm uncomfortable, Mom. Who are you? Like all these different things, and I started googling, and I was like, Mom's dirty. I don't know what you're asking. All this stuff in the ER.
She get it from her mama.
She shove shit up people's ass. Like, I don't know if she's a dom too.
I don't know, but the way that you're holding that microphone right now is throwing me off about you talking about getting things stuck in a rectum.
Oh my God, no, because I don't want it to be, I'm talking about my mom in the same sense, so I don't want it to be like, like I gotta say, maybe a little more dainty, like other stuff.
Pinky out, pinky out.
Actually, you know what's funny is, Mom decided that I have an OnlyFans, so she needed to start her own. So
Stop the fuck right now.
my mom started her own OnlyFans, and she said, how do I promote this? And started asking me questions, and I was like,
So,
Pull up your mom's
Jerry,
page right now.
Jerry, do you know the link, and would you be okay with sharing it at the end of the show?
I will text her now, and I'll have it by the end of the show.
All right.
She'll send it to me. But yeah, no. So the thing is to put some perspective on it. She started seeing a guy. Well, she told the guy I had OnlyFans, and he went to find mine. He subscribed to it. It was weird.
That's
Then
creepy,
we had
man.
like this whole like almost family gathering where it was her, him, and I, and then he was like, "Can I have both of you?" And my mom was like, "Fuck no," and I'm like, "This is weird. This is weird."
We're going in that
And then
They're not still together, right?
Yes, they still see each other.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say,
on and off.
the
They
whole-
sleep together, whatever. But
So they're bang buddies, but they're not still together after he asked if he could have both of you.
I haven't. And here's the kicker: is I'm out having a glass of wine with my friends. I get a picture. It's my mom on my bed. This guy, she's taking her hand and he's taking the photo from above. And then I call her and I said, "Are you kidding me?" And she's laughing.
Look at all three of the guys at the end of this table.
She's like, "Ha ha ha."
Okay.
You did photos on my bed. Figured I
That's what I was gonna say. I was like,
You're gay. And I only knew it was my bed because I zoomed in and saw the art on my wall, and I was like, wait a second.
Well, I was gonna say-
My bed?
I was gonna say, to be fair.
to be
how many-
fair,
to be fair.
to be fair.
How many times have you heard about people like, yo, I had somebody over and we banged in my parents' bed?
I never banged in my mom's bed. I only masturbated. That's not the same.
Okay. Real quick.
My mom's bed multiple times.
I barely banged in my own bed.
Okay.
Sorry, Mom, if you're listening, 'cause you probably is.
This.
This is scenery.
All right. So real quick. I have a gentleman who's going to be joining us virtually right now, and it's great that we're able to have such amazing, beautiful content creators here in office. We did want to reach out to a different type of community to see, what they had to say, and I'm excited to bring in. He is an international star. I looked him up last night and this morning, and amazing content. Wow, bro, I am excited.
I can also see his preview in the waiting room. Lovely beard.
Lovely beard, and joining us via video, Jackson Wheeler. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule, bro, to come in and talk with us, man. How you doing tonight?
No worries. Thank you for having me. How you guys doing? I'm doing well.
I'm excited to hear what he was saying.
All the
And-
girls in here just went, hi.
Yeah.
Right, now y'all have headphones.
He's ours.
I can't even make out what's being said.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why like, if someone's put on those pair of headphones, they could hear Mr. Wheeler right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot that I have the new Note and it's not the normal headphone jack, and I don't know where my adapter is.
Oh no,
You're good because you're the only person in your area.
yeah.
There's no background noises coming in.
It's totally fine. So I guess no, we have to plug that in. No.
Oh, the car. He is a car.
No, that goes over here. Yeah. So let me ask you, because we asked the ladies in here in regards to like what got you into creating the content that you do, and actually go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us the content that you create.
Well, I'm Jackson Wheeler, I'm the model known as Jackson Wheeler, artist, whatever you want to call it. And currently the content that I create is kind of just a broad spectrum. Over my 10+ year career, I've just attempted everything firsthand. Like I've bottomed, I've subbed, findom. The only thing I probably never got into, because I knew I wouldn't like it, would be like humiliation, probably, or degradation. So at this point, I'm involved in a lot of findom, a lot of BDSM content, male on male, trans, straight, bi. What's funny is when I go to film with other models, because now that the way the industry is shifting, everybody's kind of doing their own thing now with OnlyFans or with all these platforms that offer us, a way to create our own stuff and get it out to a lot of people and collect the revenue we need to sustain ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I still like to shoot studio style a lot, because that's what the main part of my career was, working with the main studios.
So what is actual studio style, if you don't mind me asking?
So, okay, so like, we have an idea of what we want to do. It's not just, hey, do you want to get together and do a boy girl? Okay, I show up and it's like, okay, let's just fuck and just, make sure the camera's here. But then there's no effort putting the script. There's no effort put in a wardrobe. Usually it's like just all these things that kind of make it more of a production than just, hey, let's just put a camera on it and have fun, right?
Okay.
So, like, it is fun, but like I said, just the actual production style of it, I shoot more studio style. And for a lot of models, like, new to this industry, they're just used to the, come quick content. But when you get, I feel like, two models that have been in the industry long enough, it's easy, and we'll usually shoot more in that professional style. There's a lot of communication. There's a lot of talking beforehand. There's a lot of exchanging ideas, compromising. So yeah, in a nutshell.
It's more of, like you said, a production. There's planning. There are multiple people coming in. There are meetings. There are multiple viewpoints, and it just comes to a consensus on how the content's going to be created. And then you bring in the crew, and you have the post project and what have you. It's not just like, this is what we have, we're throwing it out now. It's
So you're seeing, like, what's funny is, when all the free to view sites came out and it started tanking a lot of the major studios, you had this shift in how everything was being made and the falling of these studios, and a company like MindGeek came in and just bought them all up. But now you're starting to see the models that are more successful, they have their own, like, mini teams.
Okay.
They have the photographers they like to work with, the people that edit their stuff, the people that help them with their marketing. Because when you start doing this, and what most people don't realize, when you get into being a content creator, it's a full time. It's full time to be successful. Unless you didn't even ask, and you just had people just doing all this stuff for you to get you the exposure you need, and to get, like, all the people looking at you to buy your content, subscribe to you. It's your social media, it's your networking, you got to film, you got to take care of yourself. It's just all this wrapped into something that most people don't understand what they're getting into when they step into this industry. But what you're seeing right now is the forming of a lot of small independent groups that are becoming really successful using these platforms.
Which is a lot of what's been discussed in the podcast thus far, that it's for a lot of content creators, this is not a hobby. This is not a side hustle.
Exactly.
This is a job.
Well, and that's what I was just getting ready to say on this as well, is that you've got everybody who is part of this whole deal. Everybody in this room, they're their own team. Whereas, you're working with companies where you've got people that are doing marketing, they're doing the planning, you've got to do your part, obviously, but you've got a whole team behind you, but you still have a job. Whereas everybody in this room is their own team. And especially during the whole pandemic times where they're starting this off from fresh with no experience in the background to this, they've got to, if you're going to be successful, you have to put 100% into it. Just to, try to get your deal in there.
Oh yeah. And the thing is like, there's certain things that if you have prior experience with stepping into any self-employed endeavor, if you have sales experience,
sure,
that could really be the difference between making and breaking you, as far as like how good is your spirit, like how much can you endure before you're like, nah, I can't do this.
Now, have you come into contact with anybody that has been doing like this OnlyFans deal, and they are their own team and they're own marketers, where they're trying to make that transition, going over from being their own team into joining your team and being, having less responsibility on themselves?
Well, that's so like I said, I've had a career where, I've worked with the studios, but I've never had a manager or an agent. So I've definitely, there's a way you can go about doing this that can make it really easy for you. And then there's just doing it the way that you want to do it.
Sure.
You may rub some people the wrong way, you may not, but at the end of the day, you're going to like yourself more than being something you're not just for a paycheck.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry. I apologize for the background noise and the ASMR going on. We have a full table of just beauties over here.
Well, we have 2 cases of claw. Somebody's gonna drink them.
I mean, if you want to make content with
but that's why you do. I have run into a lot of people that are teaming up, but that's the thing. Go ahead. Sorry, am I interrupting someone?
No, you're fine. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hand over my mic and my headphones to an up-and-comer right now. She just started her OnlyFans about 3 weeks ago. And I want to give you the opportunity to talk with him. And like, if you have certain questions as a newcomer to a gentleman who has been in the industry for about 10 years. And I also saw in your bio that an activist as well. And I want to jump in on that after Sharandi. Well, sorry, my apologies. I'll bleep that out. I'll bleep that out. Daddy. Sorry,
her name is Daddy. We've been told her name is Daddy.
Her name is Daddy.
Good. I love it.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Thank you. Yeah, I have no idea what you said the entire show. So hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh.
We didn't have any headphones.
Yeah, 20 fucking people in studio.
So yeah,
nobody tell her that I was being extremely misogynistic.
Unless you're into that.
No, just kidding.
But yeah, so we, like you said, we were our own kind of production crew here. So we're our own kind of production crew here. And so kind of what are the steps to kind of building it? Is it, again, just that networking game and just kind of building your team and then finding those people to work with? And how do you kind of network and branch out to new?
So you kind of like hit the map flow like right on the head. So it's the networking and getting more into that. What is the networking? Well, if your goal is you need more people to know who you are to be able to, market yourself to these people and what you're selling, then the real goal is exposure. And again, I think about this maybe a little bit more like analytically than most people do to get to where I go. But so it's like, it's a numbers game. So one of the things, you can do this a couple different ways. And this is what I explain to people that are starting off. One of the easiest ways that you could just gain a lot of exposure within the adult industry is to work on cam sites. If you're coming in with no following, if you're coming in with no big name that's putting you right next to them to expose you to their huge following, cam sites spend millions a year on advertising that you will not have anywhere near the budget for yourself to put your face in front of potentially all these people who are in a place that is similar of interest to what you're trying to sell. So it's not like I'm selling adult stuff, but I'm going to Disney World and trying to sell adult stuff. Like, not too many people. Like, there's, yeah, okay, that's probably a bad example. Disney, you know what I mean? So, but you kind of get what I'm trying to say. Like, people that are on cam sites are looking for sexual things. So if you are starting from a base and you're alone, you don't know anybody in the industry, you haven't been to any events, start on the cam sites, because you have the opportunity to have your face and your profile and your links at any point in time in front of thousands and thousands of faces, and it's okay for you to be there flaunting your stuff, unlike Instagram where you get banned in 5 minutes, or Facebook. So I'd say camming. I always tell people cam. Even myself, I've gotten back to camming because if you read up on me, I've been unjustifiably targeted in the industry over the past 3 years. So I've had to adjust the way I go about keeping Jackson Wheeler alive, and going and you know, just sitting in on the cam sites is just one of the ways to still let people know I'm still around, where they can find me, and things like that. You know, it's like, I may not like the guy too much, but someone like Alex Jones, he got taken off
Infowars.com.
But remember, he got taken off all the major publication sites. But he's still wherever he can be for free that gets him the most publicity, the most exposure. So the name of the game is exposure. You're only going to sell about, what, 10 out of every 100 people that you approach to sell something. Those are the numbers, the law of averages. So, you know, like, again, if you have a friend, though, who's in the industry, who has a significant following, do stuff with them. Like that would be the only thing I could say that would be better than putting in some hard time in camming.
It's so basically, if you're going from being the girl getting off the bus in the Welcome to the Jungle video, and you walk into town and you don't know anybody, that's what you're telling people to get on. Like the are you talking about like the
if you do it just by yourself? If you do it just by yourself, because listen, not everybody is an extrovert. Not everybody is a socializer. Not every, you know, so you gotta, you know, the safest. Also for females, it's a different game than me.
Sure, it's got to be. It's definitely harder for guys. You would say that, right?
I cannot tell you there's ever been a minute in this industry where I have ever felt physically unsafe.
Okay.
And that's not the and being in this industry for so long and having my female co-parts to this, I can tell you they live in the exact opposite world. It's no different than being black in America, and there's just certain things you grow up, and there's certain things you have to think about that I don't have to think about on my day to day. So I would say camming keeps you safe as well, because you know, you could go out every single night by yourself and expose yourself to all these strangers potentially, but then, you know, what risk are you running? Sure. You know, do you want, and also too, you know, this and COVID is a funny gift to the adult industry. While it fucked up maybe filming with the studios, what it gave models the opportunity is all your online content and everything online should have just shot up with hardly any effort, because everybody's being forced now to go online for their entertainment. People are being discouraged from meeting face to face now. You remember the movie Demolition Man?
Oh yeah, sure. Classic.
We're like 10 years away from that.
Listen, if I have to start wiping my ass with seashells, I'm out, dude. I'm taking myself out of the game.
Right? You're like, no, I'm taking the Robin Williams way out.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done at that point. I'm gonna go live underground. I'm gonna go live underground and eat rat burgers with everybody else at that point.
So I have a quick question. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I actually stepped away from the studio so I can use my hands-free mic, and I'm using my phone to do this part of the interview. But when I was reading your profile and going through your content, there was a word that caught my attention. It said activist. And can you clarify on that?
So I've just always been somebody who's had really strong beliefs about things, and I've always been somebody who's not been afraid to lend my voice to certain causes. Even if it costs me work, I don't care. Like, I don't know, I'd rather sleep at night better knowing that the things that I believe in are things that matter.
What are the things you believe in? What is it that you're an activist for?
So I consider myself bi, but as like probably on the 75% of the spectrum that's closer to hetero. But ever since I got in the industry, like, I've been a huge, humongous supporter of like gay rights, gay marriage, LGBT rights, trans rights. This summer, I actually went out and took part in all the BLM protests. I was in Tampa and Atlanta, and then I went to DC, all in June. Like, raised money for, I can't remember the name of it now, but one of the groups that the Project Bail, I think it was. I got on cam and spent a couple days raising money for Project Bail. Like, I've taken I used to have a Twitter that had 90,000 followers 3 years ago, but I got banned for calling Kylie Jenner the C word.
How dare you call it national legend like Kylie Jenner?
But there was a news story that she had cereal with milk for the first time, and it was a news story.
Yep. And
I maybe he had some other words to say about it too, but that was the gist of it. So, but I also had an Instagram at one point that had over 90,000, but you know how they treat sex workers, so an underwear picture got me banned. But I would take my platforms, and I have people that reach out to me from other countries, because like one of the things I was heavily promoting has been like the Hong Kong protest, the protest in France. And then I'd have people reach out to me from Venezuela asking if I could, help push out a message about like what's going on there, things like that. So I've just felt my life as I've been getting older and better with my finances, and as I've been able to help more, like being like kind of philanthropist. I just find myself just getting more involved. I will say, like, after when I was in DC, things got really intense. Like, I was there when we tried to take down the Andrew Jackson statue.
Right.
And like, I had my fingers shattered. I got pepper sprayed. Like, I saw a cop jump on someone's leg. Like, I helped. Like, it was a really intense day, and like I've kind of backed off for a second, and just like, anyway, because it was really disorganized. Let's just say that.
Real quick, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Suba, can you make sure that all the mics are unmuted? Because I know some of the girls were asking questions, and I just want to make sure that they're able to get their question out there. Since we're able to have this opportunity with you.
That should be all good right now.
All right, cool. Yeah, literally the moment that your face popped up on the screen, like, I think I had to get towels for all the ladies in there.
Yeah, there's puddles underneath the conference table now. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that.
Now
I walked in and the whole place dropped immediately. That's the weird part.
Well, I just because I didn't want to break the seal, and shit happens at the table.
Like everyone else does.
Yeah.
People are into that.
I could have walked in here with a fire hose and I couldn't have dampened anything in this place. And I mean fire hose facetiously, like a big giant penis. Just so you guys know.
But
Question: what has been the most triumphing time for you? Have you ever had?
Can you repeat that?
Like friends or family where it went.
Turn the mic towards you. There you go.
It went south
Yeah, you got to start over because you were very, very faint.
Oh, goodness gracious. Towards the letters. Sorry, can you hear me now?
There you go.
Oh, towards the letters.
What has been the most quarantine time? Have you ever had moments with family or with friends? And
Can someone repeat her question back to me, please?
She wants to know if there's been any moments with friends or family where things went south because basically of what you do. Is that what you're trying to say?
Okay, so I would say my family, no.
Not with the family.
But then again, my family is like less than a handful of people. So, my friends, God, I guess not too many. I had one mentor that distanced himself from me when I got into it all. But I kind of could understand where he was coming from in the position that he was in. And it's not like he ignored me. So on the grand scheme of things, like, I respected his reasoning, if that made sense. But on the whole, honestly, anybody that considered themselves my friend, I mean, I was always kind of this guy that would just go out and do something. Like, if I just say I'm going to do something with my life, I just did it. Like,
so let me ask you, it may have been like that with family and friends, but my next question is, how has that been in your own personal life, like getting into a relationship based off of what you do for a living?
Now that is a whole nother horse and pony show.
Well, giddy up, partner, giddy up.
Yeah, I can say when I first got into the industry, I didn't know how to handle like telling like the person that I was with. I think because when I first got into it, I didn't know how long I was going to be doing it. I figured, I could get into this, make some money while it gave me some time to figure some things out. Because I had a recent like major back injury and I had some other personal things that had gone on, but I knew like, okay, it'll give me some time and, and it more than pays the bills. And so, and then they found out because I left them to use my laptop while I traveled one time, and that laptop was connected to everything. And so they, yeah. So, and, we're friends now again, but that was years ago. And then the next one that I had, I think about 2 weeks into dating, it's actually my son's mother. I sat down, I told her everything that I did. And then, she said she didn't care. But then, like, as the relationship went on, it was like, I put the family on my back with all the work I did doing sex work, essentially. And at one point I had 3 kids in my house, 2 adults, and like I was the only one making an income. So, I was always traveling, always had to be on the road. And like, I had a lot of it just thrown in my face. Like when I was home, like the few days I was, just gay jokes, just stuff that, they may think it's jokes, but like if you're the one doing everything, like it's like little cuts.
Yeah. But at the same time, you got to look at them and be like, hey, fuck off. How'd you enjoy that macaroni and cheese I paid for?
Yeah, and yeah, trust me, they got way better than macaroni and cheese. You know what I mean?
I'm just using that as an example. I'm sure.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but you put it
out there as an inside joke to me with the mac and cheese. I appreciate you for that, Super.
I'm sitting next to the mac and cheese king in here. That was
Yeah, no. I'm not offended by it. You're good. And then I'd say like the next one after that, it hasn't. Like it's a weird thing. Like I've been fortunate. Not fortunate. I'd say the past 3 years have made things more difficult because of the cloud that surrounds me. But before that, my ex-wife, she was already kind of in the industry. So that was a change of pace because then I had somebody that, if I could actually talk with about things because they actually could relate.
Do you feel that it's easier to have? Do you feel it's easier to have a relationship with someone in the industry?
And then, you would think yes, but, they all come with their problems. They all have their plus and negatives. So it's like, it's person to person. It's
But-
I
but
can't
being-
give you general.
Yeah, but being in a relationship with someone in the industry, as far as the stress level of having to come out and say, you go out for drinks with somebody that you meet on Tinder or Bumble or one of the dating apps, and they're like, so what do you do for a living? It's got to be a lot easier if it's somebody in the same industry, right?
No,
So-
yeah, I will say that. Like, we can't take that away from it, because it's like you can sit here and just be like, hey, I'm a porn star. But that can sound sexy, but then you're like, hey, I'm a sex worker. And you're
Let me just go ahead and tell you that shit does not work if you throw that out, by the way. I've been
okay,
asked
can
that.
I
I've
say
told-
something? Can I say I don't, but I started traveling to Berlin and Madrid a lot last year. Like in Madrid, I was gonna move to Spain until COVID. My friends there, I asked them not to. It's like they lead in with that, like it's my business card. They're like, yeah, I want you to meet my friend. He's a porn star, Las Vegas. I'm like, what? It's like, can you stop? I'm like, can you not lead in with like that? Like, it's bad enough you guys already hit on these girls way too hard and are way too pushy.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It just to me it seems piggish. But because usually you don't throw that out unless you get into the sexual conversation, anyways. But the term sex worker in this country is just so stigmatized. So I would say, yeah, when you meet someone that is in the industry, that's one aspect of it that can be off your mind.
Well, now that's a question. See, now while you're on the line, this is probably a good time to ask this question with the people that are in this room. And I'm not trying to pry into your personal business. If you don't want to answer this, it's totally fine. But I'm just curious, based off of what you've heard Jackson talk about and what you guys have learned starting out fresh, being, like he said, you're your own team. You're doing all your own work yourself. You see what you're making into it as far as what your bank accounts look like right now. Are any of you even contemplating at this point in time, or could you see yourself contemplating taking it from the OnlyFans pages and moving it into that adult movie sex working world? Is there?
I think for me personally, it's getting over that hump.
No pun intended.
Going back to the really frightening times is your family finding out, and not only your family, the people that you consider family that's not blood related, but then they exploit you, and they're like, oh, this is what she's doing now. I can now come on to her. So it's like getting past the hump of feeling like I'm garbage and feeling like I'm nothing, and I'm finally at this point where I'm like, these people don't mean anything. I don't care if they're the blood or the not blood. But yes, to answer your question, absolutely.
You would consider going into the adult movie
The
industry.
problem comes is, for me personally, when people assume that I am a highly sexualized person that loves to fuck dirty all the time. That is the problem.
But there's.
Because
Well, you're
people
still
have
an
that
Aaron's
assumption.
Thunder.
That is not me. I have a very low, I have a pretty low libido in comparison to what you would think. Yeah, I have a super low libido.
Melissa's like, I'm gonna have to buy this chair.
Yeah.
My job, if I have to get horny,
Okay, we're not doing that now.
But it's enough.
Yeah.
It's exactly
You're welcome.
So the one piece of advice I would give. Sorry.
But I fully support everybody does. They're big cheerleaders.
Hold on, Jackson. What were you saying right there?
Well, two things. One, I can't really make out any word anybody's saying. It's like sounds in a background.
Okay.
But I think I'm getting to kind of the gist of it. But one of the things I was going to say is think about what you want your career to be like, because the cool thing about the adult industry is the customers that you are attracting are going to be based off the things that you portray to them, which I didn't really care too much about early in my career, which I corrected before I really like took a hold of it and went in the direction that I wanted to, which made me much happier with what I was doing. But that's my one sound piece of advice. Like follow what you're enjoying doing with this, not always just the money aspect of it. Because if you do too much of a certain thing one way that you don't enjoy doing, you're going to find that maybe all your revenue came from that one, started to come from that one thing that you don't enjoy doing all the time, or doing that much, or you don't enjoy doing anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it goes back to the same thing where anybody talks about any form of a job or talking or whatever it may be. If you find something that you love to do, you never go to work a day in your life. One of those kind of things. Granted, it's not your 9 to 5 office job where you're sitting around a computer and inputting spreadsheets all day. You're spreading things, they're just not sheets. And
you're spreading in the sheets.
Yeah, I want to give the mic to Melissa because I feel like she was about to say something beforehand.
So when I put a camera on it, I call it business cheeks.
Yeah, it's spread cheeks, not spreadsheets.
Yep.
I was getting to the point with mine where people ask for almost the same content over and over and over and just so outfit. And I almost got tired of making that certain type of video because it did become work, and so I didn't enjoy that aspect of it anymore. That's why I slowed down a bit, tried different things, and they still work, but obviously it's not marketed at the same price. But I much rather enjoy just like photo shoots rather than like videos.
And again, if you're having fun doing it and you're making money and you're paying your bills when you're in a time where you can't get out and do a regular, I say quote unquote job, you might as well. Because I'll tell you right now, Jackson, can you see into the studio? Can you see where we're at right now?
Yeah, I can see. I just can't. The only person I can really hear clearly is you.
Well, that's because I'm very.
No. I know you can hear me clearly, right?
He brought
I can hear. Yes, I can hear the gentleman clearly. I can't hear the ladies hardly at all. Like
so,
I can't.
I just. Texas, you need to fix your shit, Rocky.
Yeah. So right now on the screen we do have Melissa.
So, and let me tell you about Melissa. We went out when we were you were going to do a photo shoot back in June, and I was supposed to go with her.
Oh.
But it was a friend of mine's house that she was going to do the shoot, and we ended up, they had canceled at the last minute, and we went. She goes, "Oh, just come meet me. Let's go get food," because we both kind of like to eat a lot.
Yeah.
And we went to eat, and I didn't know whether I was supposed to be like the gentlemanly thing, and for me, my job has slowed down a lot too with this whole COVID thing. So I'm like, do I buy her dinner? Do we buy our own or whatever else? And the greatest thing, the greatest thing in the world came over. The server came to us, brought the check, and Melissa reached over as she stopped taking a bite for a half a second because we ate like fat pigs that night. High five. We had food everywhere because we hadn't been to a restaurant in like 3 months. And the server came over, dropped the check, and she grabbed it real quick with a face full of food and says, I got it. And then we walked outside. And I was like, holy shit, she's buying mine. And when we walked outside, she leans over to my ear and she goes, got my first OnlyFans check today. It's all good.
Nice. I had something similar with Scout. We went to like a Japanese barbecue, grill everything on the table and whatnot. Like we're ordering fucking everything. Our server was hilarious. There's a point where he comes over, we're giggling like idiots and just discussing whatever. And he's like, hey, you guys having a good conversation? He's like, we're talking about sex toys.
But that's fancy shit. That's fancy shit.
Yeah.
We went to the Outback and I was like looking.
You'd be surprised how affordable Japanese barbecue.
Well, all I know is I was like, holy shit, I'm dropping $100. I'm like, I got it.
When it got to the check, I guess our server loved us talking about sex toys. He's like comping us desserts and everything. The check comes down. I start to reach towards it, and like a fucking ninja, she's like, nope.
Nope, and yanked it. So actually, now that you brought this up, like I'm curious, like you had a really positive experience with talking about sex, but like a lot of times, like I think it's really important to bring up like the fact that
can you hear her?
Workers do deal with negativity. Like,
Better.
Constantly deal with negativity.
Yeah.
Or we're disgusting, we're useless, but like at the same time, like men don't. I don't mean to like belittle your grief, but like men don't necessarily deal with the same like uselessness. Like,
Are you
if I were
trying to
go
yuck my yum? over
No,
here?
it's-
This is what I'm kidding. I'm
But
kidding.
I also don't know your experience. So for my experience with dating, when I tell it because I'm very upfront about it, I'm not ashamed. I'm gonna
No.
make that very clear. I'm not ashamed. However, no one is.
No one.
But
When you
but,
cross
like,
that
how
threshold,
do
you know what you're getting into.
how
It's
do
not
you
just like,
deal with
oh,
that?
I'm gonna
Like-
go do this. Like,
we I feel like it's just when we talk about those negative experiences that have helped build us up to these strong, confident, powerful women we are today. I feel like that's important to talk about. Like, what was the negative experience that you faced that helped you be like, you know what? Fuck you, fuck this. Like, I like my body. I like the way I look. Like, what is it? What is that moment? That's for you.
sometimes the
What-
haters are
what was
just
that
fuel
thing?
to your
Because-
fire.
My moment was quite profound.
And we're all subconscious about our bodies. So, like, what was it about you that you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
I'm awesome.
Yeah. So real quick, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I do want to say thank you to Mr. Wheeler for taking time out of your schedule to come talk with.
I want to hear. Wait, I want to hear
No,
what Jackson.
Jackson
I want to
said
hear
he
his
had a-
profile.
Oh, you had a
knowledge.
story.
Wait, is Jackson local and like looking for like, extras? Because
Extras.
I'm really cute and I'll tell you what the fuck to do.
The things you can do without you.
Oh, hold on a minute. I want to hear Jackson's profound moment that he was just talking
Yeah,
about.
he said he had a profound moment.
Well, if I was hearing her correctly, she was talking about like when was like the negative moment in your life that made you like switch and say, no, what? No, fuck you guys. Was that what I was hearing?
Pretty much, yeah.
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 Well, like, you know, if you look into me, if you Google my name, you're gonna come across it. You know, it was 3 years ago, and you know, like I said, I've always been someone that's always been a huge supporter of the community. I've always gone way out of my way. I've put my private life out in the open so people can see, and so other bi guys can see, and trans people can see. Like, you can just be you unapologetically. You know, and I had an incident 3 years ago where we had an industry incident, and someone said something that pretty much the entire community agreed upon was not something that's cool to say. And, you know, arguments happened over a weekend.
Did
And
someone
then
say
I-
nurse murder out loud?
That is their word.
Nah.
Someone said something.
But what it ended up happening is I chose at the very end of it to make a kind of an angry comment, and that comment got taken out of context, and I got pretty much thrown underneath the bus.
No.
And that's when the industry tried to push me out and bury my career. But I knew I wasn't in the wrong, and I knew what they were saying wasn't right. So at that point in time, that's when I was like, you know what? All right, like, just fuck you all then. Like, if half of you can't even stand up with me because you know it's the right thing to do, then I don't need any of you. And I'll just keep doing my thing and believing in the things that I believe and helping the people that I feel I should help, and I'll just keep being me. And so far, so good.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
You got to stick to your guns when you also know that you're being a supportive individual. Like you're not just trying to save your own ass. You're not trying to get your name out there and try to profit off of it. This is like, this is right, this is wrong, and this is what I'm going to stand for.
I think the good thing about the sex industry is we all look the fuck out for each other. Because
Yeah,
I
we
think
really
like to be in the sex industry, you kind of have to already be an outcast and stuff. At some, like in some point, you have to kind of be an outcast. And like I think that's why we kind of all accept each other and love each other. And like immediately, like if you're
I feel
like
like we have the same experience.
exactly,
Yeah, I would say this isn't a healthy industry,
and you're
though.
like, yeah, girl, let me teach you
Yeah.
how to teach them what they need to say.
What was that last part?
You were saying it's not a healthy industry, or it's not a healthy industry.
Yeah, Hmm. Us as independents isn't the problem so much as the industry as a whole, how it's ran by who it's ran. We have a lot of mental health issues in the industry that aren't addressed with a lot of people.
Sure.
Like I think someone was talking about, you have to have tough skin. You do. You do. One of the things that I think maybe sex workers and people getting into this don't understand is you are opening yourself up to the same level of criticism as any other public celebrity. Depends on how big you don't know how big you could come. You don't know how you really don't know how big right. But
you
like,
said earlier, it's a Google search away. That's it. If they know any of your aliases, if they know your name, if they know your email, that's it. It's one quick Google search away, and they have all of your content, and they can spread it to everybody.
Yeah, and that's another thing I really haven't gotten too many people in this industry just because, like, that's one of the reasons why you have to have a tough skin. I have to know that you've thought about all the things that are immediately going to happen after you've done this and you're exposed of doing it. Like how's your family? How much do you care about what your family thinks? Do you understand that this will effectively eliminate most corporate opportunities for you going forward unless you become but you have to become so successful otherwise that like like they can't ignore you. Otherwise, sex worker, no. But even you got to become quite fucking popular to escape that stigma.
I didn't even think about that until now. My occupation for the longest time has been a bartender, and nobody gives a fuck if a bartender is naked online or anything.
No, but if your ultimate goal is to become a preschool teacher, probably not the best idea to go into porn.
Which is really where I was an education major.
Oh yeah. But the thing is that's why I wanted to go to Europe too. Like in Germany, I could go if I wanted to. It's just the feeling of knowing that if I so chose to want to live my life a different way, someplace like Berlin, it would be illegal for somebody to go and use my past work as a means to try to eliminate my employment.
Oh wow, they had that kind of protection in Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I could be a porn star. I could be a porn star and go back to being a corporate employee, and they can't use that. Like they just can't because it's not. It's like it's so funny. Like Europe has some pretty common sense laws. Like why should it be okay for someone to take something legal that you did and use it as a way to eliminate your means of living?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That happens here. That happens here. That's the reality here. We have teachers that have to pay out of their pocket to fucking buy supplies for the little shits we're raising in this country. But, the second they go and do something that's Onlyfans where kids aren't supposed to be watching anyways, where's the fucking parents? They're fired from their jobs.
Yeah.
It's like, but then they're afraid of it. Like that's why I don't get people into this because, like, I got to know that you understand, like, the ramifications that come with this.
There's actually
like it's amazing. It's amazing, but there are like with everything, you can't ever have a decision without consequence, right? I just have to make sure people know it before I get them into it.
Yeah, no, I have to just butt in real quick because of the fact that I work in the legal field. I've been in the legal field for about 6 years now, doing criminal, family, all over the place. And my alter ego is what you see right here on podcasting and Social Butterfly. There have been times where people come up to me and say like, dude, you talk so much stuff about your life and everything that you do. Aren't you afraid of it coming back and biting you in the ass? And I've come to the point where I've owned up to almost any and everything that people dish out back at me. And like how you had said earlier that you have to have a really thick skin to make it in that type of industry. I know for a fact that I would never be able to make it in that industry because of the fact that I am a little fragile little butterfly. I would crack under the pressure of what everyone at this table deals with on a daily basis.
Butterfly, and we all support you.
I feel that I do have other strengths in other fields that others may lack. But at the same time, it's true. You have to have a thick skin into the field that you're jumping into. I'm sure everyone here at this table has dealt with either criticism, horrible comments, harassment at one point or another. But if you didn't have the passion for the field that you're going into or that you're in right now, then why the fuck are you in it?
You at some capacity. You don't just like I like how a lot of like women are like, oh, I did this because of COVID, but in reality, like we're still going. Like we are still doing this. Like we obviously still have a
Again,
passion
it's not a hobby, it's not a side hustle. You went into the industry and you're working within that industry.
COVID may have had
job.
a portion of the effect of why you
it
decided.
Pushed us
Sure.
towards it.
Yeah.
Sure.
For sure.
Sure.
But like we were already considering it.
It wasn't 100%
Prior,
all on
some
that.
extent,
No, you're
yeah.
right. You're
So
right.
at some extent,
Yeah, I don't recommend anybody to get into this because of financial hardship.
No.
No.
Right.
You're gonna have
Sell
some kind of
drugs.
passion.
Sell drugs. It's a lot easier.
Exactly. No, but Jackson, like you're saying, I think I believe, and I'll be 100% honest. I watched this thing. It's on Netflix. It's a documentary. I think it's called Life After Porn.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was expecting something totally different. I'll be honest with you. I was trying to, find something, but it was not only the women that were in porn, it was the men that are in porn. And like you just said, you've got to get very popular. You've got to do your damn thing. And then at some point you got to realize how long is it going to last and how much can you do in the time that you have, because afterwards it's not easy.
Mm-mm. And like I said, like you and now the internet is only going to be a place where things that happen on it become more permanent.
Sure.
And easier in with the way blockchain technology is more accessible by everybody. Yeah, you have to. You really have to be one of those type of people that can be completely self-motivated, have a vision, and be able to adapt. Adaptation in this industry is like you have to be high on the scale.
Sure.
Constant adaptation.
Let me ask you this before we let you go. What's your drive? What's the thing that keeps you in this industry and pushing forward every day?
Combination of things. I'm pushing to get to such a level where I can take care of my family like indefinitely. So there's that. There's always going to be that. I think some of it now is like how I was slighted 3 years ago and like the people that are gunning against me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can wait till like the day before I die to like fulfill my whatever. Like I can take my time getting back at these people. So I guess that's one part of my thing. But that's just by being successful, not like anything malicious.
Yeah.
But I've put a lot of time and effort into getting to this point, and I feel anything other than to continue on a line of success would be robbing my own self.
That makes sense. That really does. Go ahead and plug everything that you want to plug.
I think he probably already has.
I know.
No, he hasn't even knows. He can keep plugging.
Go ahead, sir. Have at it.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my
What was that?
God.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I will send you every one of these girls' links if you want to reach out to them or vice versa. We'll take it there. But go ahead, sir. The platform is yours.
All right. Again, I'm Jackson Wheeler. You can check out my links primarily through www.jacksonwheelerfans.com. Not really on Twitter anymore. If you want to follow a project I have going on Twitter, you can check out at Daddy, the letter N, and then Kitty XXX.
I'm gonna have you. I'll have you text that to me in our chat so I can put that up on our link. But once again, go ahead.
It was Daddy N Kitty XXX. Yeah, I got that right. And our IG primarily is where I am. Jackson Wheeler Global. They keep banning me.
You guys say well for now because Instagram's getting really fucking biased towards sex workers, and it's ridiculous.
I know. And I thought APAG was doing something about that, but
we're a platform for free speech, unless you like showing your fucking cock and balls or your titties. Then we don't.
And if you like music, you can follow me. You can follow me on Spotify or anything like that as well, Jackson Wheeler.
You're a fucking musician too. Like I quit. I'm out.
I do vocals.
Good night, everybody.
But for real, do me a favor though. If you do me one favor, check out my music video on YouTube. It's called Daddy with 3 Ds. So DADDY under Jackson Wheeler. And just let me know what you think. I filmed it in Madrid the week before COVID quarantine. So
oh
let me know.
wow!
What do you say?
I got it in. I got it in.
You got it in. You got it in.
I got the tattoo.
How many times have you said that line over your career? I got it in.
I'm gonna make a new song on that. That'd be funny.
That would be a phenomenal song. Let me know.
You got it in.
But Jackson, if and when you're ever in the Orlando area, please hit us up. We would love to do something in person.
Yeah, I'm sure every one of these girls in here would like. Every one of these girls want to do something in person.
I'm up in St. Augustine, so.
I mean, I'll just sit in the background and jack off.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna be in Orlando here soon, so I was actually probably gonna go there tomorrow.
We're here.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, well, I'm in St. Augustine, and I got to go to my storage unit in Kissimmee tomorrow. So.
Oh, Kissimmee. Well, we'll see you in Secrets tomorrow then.
Yes, we'll be there.
Oh man, but yeah, once again, Jackson, thank you so much. We'll hit you up soon, and you be safe out there, bro.
Thank you, Jackson.
You guys as well. Thank you so much. We'll talk to everybody soon. Okay.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, buddy.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break, but here's.
Hold on. Let me find the information to tell you about that.
All right, go ahead.
This guy was coming off his toy saying, I'm 10 years into the game. Right?
Sure.
Okay, so on Pornhub, let's just go ahead and go right into Pornhub.
Right.
He is 2,700 of the most famous porn stars in the world. That means 2,768 is more popular than him.
In the world?
In the world.
Wow.
This guy
In the hundreds of millions of adult performers.
Wow.
He is 12.6 million views.
Damn.
That means more loads and pussy juice have gone towards him. And no, he's got 13.4.
Wow, and here we are trying to get
And that's
Just so you guys are aware, just so you reset. Just so you guys are aware, I took him off the feed, but he's still in the background. He's still hearing all of y'all right now.
Oh,
And bend over.
listen, I'm just gonna. I think I'm just gonna sit in the corner and watch.
I was gonna get off, but I was like, "What is he saying?"
All right, yeah.
You better come like 8.
All right, hold on. I got a funny thing real quick.
I
All
mean,
right,
on the Kinsey scale, I'll make out with them.
everyone reset. Same. Everyone reset. All right, we're gonna start off. Each of y'all will have 15 seconds to say something to all by yourself. All right, so we're gonna start off with you, Melissa. Go ahead. Do your spiel. Oh no! Like trying to like persuade, like.
We're trying to get Jackson to come bend you over.
Yeah.
I can't hear anybody.
Oh, God.
Proximity.
I can't hear anything.
Hold on. Oh, stand by.
Melissa said she lives in the Lake Nona St. Cloud area, which is near any airport or whatever, but it's close to Kissimmee. So, and she's
I know the area. I lived in Kissimmee from January to September of this year, and I just moved out.
Well, she is open and available.
Yeah,
Apparently.
I have Melissa up on the screen, so go. There you go.
Put the ladies up. Put the ladies up.
Here you go.
There they are.
Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Yes.
But I'm a butt dude. No, I'm just kidding.
He's a butt dude. He said.
Canadian, so there's no weapon
Yeah,
But no, shit.
All right, Daddy, go ahead.
Yes. I'm daddy.
I couldn't. I'm not being able to hear the females, the ladies. I can't hear Daddy. I couldn't hear Melissa either.
Oh man, I don't know what's going on with that. We apologize.
Let's switch him around here. Come
Yeah,
over here, Daddy.
come over here, Daddy.
Do I get a turn too?
Yes, you will.
No, you don't, you sick bastard.
Pretty, I want to talk to him.
Most convincing out of all of us.
Oh, careful, no, careful, because it disconnects.
You gotta bring it up.
All right, sit down.
Come down here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. I'm daddy, but you can make the
What is? She said,
Say that
"I'm
again?
Daddy," but then it cut out.
Okay, go ahead.
That's all you need to know. Is I'm daddy. You can use your name for now, but I would use the judge.
All right, Melissa, go ahead so we can do this like everyone get a fair turn.
Yeah, everybody come line up and come over here. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
They got. You need to turn the input on the mic up for them.
There you go.
There's the titties.
Yeah.
Here. Talking to that.
Yeah, you gotta turn their input up.
All right, so say your pitch now, Melissa. Right into the.
So I'm gonna be ready tomorrow. I'm not working right now, obviously.
Closer to the mic.
Yeah.
That mic's not working.
Don't lick the microphone. Talk into the microphone.
Okay, so I'm available tomorrow if you want to like hang out or something.
Were you able to hear her?
Yeah, she said she's available tomorrow. I mean, I'll be in the area probably around between 5 and 7.
All right, Melissa. That's it. Next.
We're on the line to say
I just want to know that.
Okay. So they call me stepdaddy Maddie for a reason.
Wait. Yeah, to speak directly into that mic on.
Directly into the microphone.
How direct? You
Like
want
that.
Me, like, do you want
Just
me
like
to
that.
eat the fucking microphone?
Just like that.
My fucking double chin comes out. Hi, I'm stepdaddy Maddie. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
You can call me
Pleasure.
stepdaddy Maddie. That's what my kids call me. I don't have kids. But if I
That's
did,
Daddy Maddie.
Okay. All right. Who's next? Introduce yourself and make your pitch.
I live in Kissimmee, but I'm a
You
musician.
can't hear that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you gotta turn your input up on that mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, if you speak directly into the mic, but don't turn your face to him because
Yeah.
it's a very small spot.
Talk directly into the mic.
Okay.
Or come here. You know what? This is a better mic. This is a way better mic. Come here.
What? This is a way better mic.
The man very tasty.
This is me talking directly into the microphone.
Okay.
That's what they're missing.
Can you? I'm in front. Okay, can you hear me
This
now?
is perfect. This is perfect.
Okay, so I'm Casey Casket or Pink Polaroid for this podcast. I live in Kissimmee, but I'm a musician as well. So if you're ever down to make some music or something, just let me know.
Yes.
All right. And then the last one.
Oh,
Dear Lord, this I'm almost scared of this
Oh,
one. I'm scared of this one.
Hi, my name is Scout, and let me bend you over and tell you what the fuck to do.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Just saying.
I think my safe word is pineapples.
His safe word is
The same-
pineapple.
the
Wait,
same-
no. I get a turn.
Oh yeah, get over
I
here.
get a turn.
Oh yeah.
No, I got my own fucking mic. Jesus Christ.
All right, here we
No,
go.
this entire time I've just been on my phone. I'm like, I'm right there.
There you go.
And I'm just gonna go with, sorry, Jackson.
What's up?
Usually not into other guys, but I would stroke that beard 1,000,000 times.
Look at Aaron's face. Aaron just threw up in his mouth.
He had that written up and waiting. He's like, I got it. He's like, I got it.
All of us.
I know, right?
Look at the
Oh,
feed. I got him. I got him.
you did. You totally did. Oh man, but no, we are going to say goodbye to the live feed because the remaining of the episode is going to be triple X, and if you want to hear the rest of the episode, you have to go to withasideofchaos.com and click on the latest episode to hear the debauchery and all the craziness that these ladies have to spiel out.
I like how it's all the children.
Ladies, thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting you all. Gentlemen, thank you guys so much for having me on the show.
No, thank you. And like I said, next time, not tomorrow, but next time you're actually in the Orlando area, we would love to have you in studio and just like have a 1-on-17 over here.
Yeah. My dream scene is like a reverse bukkake scene where I just have like a bunch of females just squirting all fucking over me.
Oh my,
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure we can handle that.
Bro, same.
Bro, same, 100%.
He wants a
You know
reverse.
what I mean? Like, I go to bed every night and I pray to baby Jesus Yoda.
Yay.
Okay, you know what?
We're down.
Okay. We're gonna make this happen before February. Before February,
No,
we are
don't say
gonna.
before February. We need a production crew. We need to plan this out. We need to make it.
We're gonna
Okay,
need to
before-
get those.
Yeah, we can't quarter ass this.
We're gonna have to
Before
get
March,
ponchos.
before March, Jackson. If you are for real on that, we can make that happen.
100%.
Okay, we have
100%.
our the Chaos production is gonna be.
I will keep the beard. The beard will be longer.
Oh my.
So we can just get this. We can just have them all pick me up after and use me as a mop. Just like use my tongue and my beard.
Bring her
Just, you got
Jackson
this.
as a mop.
Bring it.
Bring in Jackson and a mop.
There's that wet ass pussy.
We're gonna get there. We are gonna cut it there. Jackson, thank you so much.
Holy Christ on a
And
bike.
like I said, if you guys want to listen to the rest of this episode, go to.
Everyone here is really hot. You should want to fuck up all of them.
I mean, I'd fuck me.
I'd fuck
me
you.
hard.
I'd fuck you.
Mendonca or me?
Mendonca. I'd fuck Mendonca.
He's beautiful looking. He's got that perfect gray.
Hey, Rocky, can I just say, go ahead and say for that episode, you and I will be like the commentators in the corner, like on ESPN. Only it'll be ESPN Tang.
You need to study Joe Rogan so you can announce like him when it's happening.
He shoots, he scores.
We got leg shaking. Oh, here it comes. Oh, we got a 10-foot squirt right there.
He's not gonna see for a week.
Because I'm overweight and have high blood pressure.
Oh God. But yeah, we're cutting it off there. Once again, I am repeating this. If you are watching the live feed, go to withasideofchaos.com tomorrow to listen to the rest of the episode. Thank you so much to all the ladies here in studio. We're gonna get crazy off air. We'll talk to y'all later.
Well, wait. Do we want to do the public outro?
Go ahead. Everyone do their public out.
Do we have like a synchronized dance we're doing?
The public outro.
Yeah. Plug your spot.
Hold on.
Mine is
Hold on. Let me get there. Let me.
You guys are ready, willing, and obviously able for Jackson.
All right.
fucking hustler.
I did.
All right.
I did skinny marinky dinky dink.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My OnlyFans is onlyfans.com/because I am from Florida. It's long.
That's what a gator is.
And an alligator is.
All right, Sherry. Go ahead.
Oh God,
I already have yours up.
Yeah, whatever the OnlyFans link is.
Might-
Cherry Lamore. Cherry Lamore.
Not only that, I have my own podcast. It is called the 13th Elm Podcast. We are streaming on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well as Fireside FM. So if you have a moment, go check us out. If you like horror and all things oddity, that's where we're at. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, Polaroid.
Oh, you need that.
OnlyFans / Pink Polaroid.
Those, I just can't hear those mics.
I'm putting your .com up there because I feel like they'll be able to get to all your content right there.
.com.
I'm also on
Awesome. All right, Daddy.
Oh no, it's up on the porch.
Zazay.
So I put your all links up there as well.
Beacons, huh?
Holy shit, I did courses in computing like years ago.
I know that troop
That's
as well.
so
I was like,
That's
what?
so oh my god.
But
Okay.
also, you should check out Wicked Ways Cabaret as well as
Just like daddy.
Hmm.
Lost
Zazay. Ooh.
All right, go ahead.
I just have my own fans / Melissa _Emily.
Spell that real quick.
EMILISA_DMILY.
Melissa, you went too fast.
Melissa Emily 75, but put an underscore.
Oh, thank you.
Listen, there's a lot of simps who are listening, and it's pathetic and worthless.
Underscore.
So you gotta go very
Mhm. Got it.
Did you get that? You put that in the chat?
Yes, I fucking did. There you fucking go.
Well, I was gonna say I just did the entire thing in chat, like no problem.
Type it
You're
slowly.
welcome.
I know that helps.
I do Deadpool. Everybody fucking simps them apparently, or stands them.
Deadpool?
Yes.
But all right, like I said, we're gonna edit. We're gonna end the video feed, and we're
Get
gonna.
my outro.
Oh my.
This motherfucker's been forgetting me all night. Pull your finger out of your ass.
Give your balls a tug. Go ahead.
Give your balls a tug, fucker.
Fuck you, Shorzy. Go ahead.
I am Joshua. Mention this podcast and get a discount Mendonca on OnlyFans.
Oh shit.
Back
There you go. Oh, the vlog of the night.
Can I get free? I already got free.
What happened to
Everybody in the room can get a fucking, and Jackson, if he wants to check it out, y'all can get
What
a
happened
free
to your
1 to
your
3
nickname
months.
as I hit harder than a twisted T? I
Well,
like that
well,
one.
it's always it starts with an M, and then I
still like
elaborate.
that. I still like I hit harder than a twisted T.
Right.
That's going in the Hall of Fame.
I really.
That may have to go.
All right.
Instagram is Rev Mendonca, REVMENDONCA. There's no daddy in there.
Okay. All right, and let me bring up this gentleman right here. I'm gonna give him the cam all by himself.
Oh, look at me, fat guy on the screen. Look at that. All right, so my outro is kind of somewhat of an announcement. On Thursday night, New Year's Eve, the name has come up a little bit already tonight. Secrets Hideaway down in Kissimmee, Jackson. If you want to swing by, if you're still in town, it's New Year's Eve. It's going to be a big party.
I need you to do that near his face.
Yes.
If you're gonna do that.
I just got in the background.
I need
You
that.
know,
I need that as the background.
the people who run the dungeon.
What was that? Was that a snort?
No, don't worry about it.
Christ on a bike! I don't mean.
Do you guys know Tank and L's?
Any? What's that?
Tank and L.
Tank and L. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good friends with Tank and L. And in Club.
Yeah, I was the dude living with them for the past 9 months.
No
That was
shit.
Halloween Horror Night.
No.
Yeah.
That was my scary Halloween Horror Night.
I was their roommate from January to September.
What?
I like that. Let me do it in your ear.
Okay, so here's the deal. Swing by because Tank and Els will be on the show. I have somewhat been recruited, and I recruited Mr. Rocky over here to be the producer of the show with me. On Thursday night, we're going to be down there. We're going to have Holly. We're going to have Tank, and Els will be there at some point. A bunch of the awesome people from Secrets doing the first ever inaugural Open Secrets Facebook Live show.
That's right. That's right.
So
thanks for the invite.
I will be hosting that.
Wow, if I need you invited.
I will be hosting that along with Hollywood. And like I said, Jackson, if you want, you have an open invite to jump in and do a segment with us. We got 2 episodes. We start the first one at 2:30 in the afternoon, and the second one will be at 7 o'clock at night. So you let us know.
Yes, I'll be there at least that night. I know that.
Yeah, no, I'll send you that info once we finish recording. But once again, I do want to thank everyone here at the table for taking time out of their schedules to bring out their tits, bring out their dicks, and everything. It's been an awesome time. This is Patricio, aka Rocky. Once again, thank you for listening to the Orlando Sideshow. There you go, Mononka. I got it right. I like barbecue chips, and that's it. We'll see y'all later.